Farewell to Red Canids in this final map of the night. The teams are decided, the stage is set, and yet we play because it's fun. Winthrop University ready to show themselves one more time here on Lotus. Marks, are we trolling? Are we giving away ourselves? Are we playing our... Like, what are the vibes?
I mean, if I'm being honest with you, this is probably a little bit of not trying to give away the playbook that much, but I still think that there's a little bit of room right now for Winthrop University to test a couple of stuff out. I mean, this is an excellent opportunity to try and practice some things, especially against a team who, you know, just not decimated, but really just won out hard against you on that last map of Abyss. And so they still have to be paying attention and be as vigilant as ever. It will be a duel for Mound up against Maestro, who actually is just on a sliver of health.
Yeah, the early fight he took chipped him down quite low. I want to say that was Moobs who did that. Just hitting the door, causing a little bit of chaos. Glyph going for this first lurk off his screen. Again, setting the scene for what could be. RGL, nice counter frag. Nip that in the bud. WU still not on the C site. Now the Aftershock will do a lot of stall work. Relay Bolt as well. Infiltrator has passed it, so the fight has begun on WU's terms. And so have the kills. Infiltrator, he escapes. Gapshi's fire. Gets one more before fully going down. They're ahead of it in every sense. But the sprayback still does a lot of damage, and Governor forced to only tap as WU still uncertain of the presence here. It's still quite heavy, but also kind of low health. Woo! That's a nasty dome, RGL. Taking us down to 1v2.
Oh. We'll be able to get this plant down right now. And keep in mind, the low HP pool means that Moobs just needs a single shot to guarantee that kill. But they are ghosts, and so take a single headshot and we'll be down himself. Let's see if looking behind him, understanding where he's supposed to be sitting, can help him out here.
Rose covers about everything, so we can like maybe split this in half. Oh, there it is. Whoop. Okay. Well, that also works the other way, so. Again, holding it down, and Red Canids will gladly take that.
I'm sorry, I'm still laughing at the fact that it was just Infiltrator just like, there's no brakes on me. And
He doesn't care.
Through things. Yeah, just like, I'm finding those kills, and if I die, well, that's how the universe wanted it to happen. This is the replay right here, and still able to escape in the midst of all of that, but double dips for more. And at that point, it was just honestly good discipline coming through. RGL being the person, find that multi-kill, 4 kills on that round. A really good statement, but not enough ego to really buy up into that Phantom. I like this from Red Canids. They're keeping things nice and honest here. Meanwhile, Winthrop University Infiltrator's got a big old shiny sniper rifle in that Outlaw, which could do a lot of one-shots, except for on 3 of the members who bought up that full... Ooh, never mind. Sniper goes down. Oops.
Prowler out. Governor knows exactly what that feels like.
One enemy remaining.
We turn and burn. Woo! Big crowd calling there from RGL. That's the ultimate setup for him next round. Again, it's Red Canids, who have nothing to lose, that get the ball rolling so effortlessly, despite the fact that I genuinely think Winthrop University are giving about as much effort as they can muster at this point in the day.
It's like all the willpower has just evaporated in their own brains right now. Well, meanwhile, on the other side, RGL is playing for the stats. It's just like, listen, I'm going to make myself look really darn good in my Ascension run over here. But, you know, it's still honestly just really good discipline coming in from Red Canids, jokes aside. And there are those gaps that, once again, they're really happy to jump on top of, whether or not it is RGL or some of the other players just kind of being vigilant and watching for those opportunities. But because of that buy-up, well, Governor right now only with a Stinger. Infiltrator, though, is able to find that first kill onto RGL, shut down the person who's gotten way too many kills on these opponent's team. Let's see how they want to convert this round off that first blood.
The problem with the Prowler is it clears a semblance of the river. It doesn't really do much more than that. You kind of have to force Infiltrator to be willing to let himself die in order to gain the intel onto C. So Winthrop would rather kind of coerce more of the fight outside of that first, because I mean, Governor's usually going to use the Haunt very early on the A fight, more often than not. So tough position where he's at. Tough timing for Prozine. No util dump this time for him. And it'll be a B site for the bonus on Winthrop University's side. Was an elbow caught there?
Toxins going up.
Oh boy, FRZ just on the other side of this gets paranoid, so does stall things out for a second, and Ali out of the Sage jail finds a kill.
Very few ways for Gabshis to be able to get a clean kill here. Because Infiltrator's at full HP anyway, yeah. We are chilling for the bonus. So Winthrop has the legs for the start of this. Perhaps Abyss truly was that weak for them. Like, and on the other side of that, if that's the other thing to consider, then there's still the other weakness exposed. So I feel like either way, you're kind of getting a good ending here if you're outside of like the third seed pool, you know? If you're a team, I think you're very happy with how this is going either way. I think the coach of your team just has to read it properly.
I mean, let's not discount the mental boom that we kind of saw happen on the side of Winthrop University. Just with, you know, the balloon basically being popped there as Newland Prowlers go. But Ali actually, during Challengers, the regular season, played that Omen quite a bit. And you know what, doing a pretty darn good job. Once again, playing the Smokes role. As that's going to be another opening kill. As Winthrop University, it feels like they're a lot more coordinated. And this is kind of the squad that we really expected to see.
Yeah, this is the kind of pack intel that they play off of that works so. I mean, Glyph is just so confident at that point because he has moves right behind him. Prozine can at least put a stop to that, but you still have a 3v2 for Winthrop University. Prowler's going to confirm Prozine's spot. You spray him down to 7 HP. T's crossed. Eyes dotted. Ali, 20 HP. Jesus. And you're still tapping. And they don't know how close they are. It's so touch and go. This high-low is rough if they find the wrong angle. Okay, FRZ's just traded, so it should be okay here. Yeah, Infiltrator's got a pocket.
Oh man, and once again we're seeing the Winthrop University that we really expected, right? Like, feels like between that second map and this one, there's just a lot more cleanliness in their routine, right? And it's not something like, oh yeah, you know, make sure that everything is nice and squeaky clean and tidy. This is one of those moments where it's just like, hey, if we're gonna be pushing, make sure someone's beside you, make sure we're flashing at the right times. And whereas it felt like a lot of the spaghetti was ended up on the floor in the last map, this time around, they're going back to those fundamentals and it looks pretty sweet. And so hopefully this is the trajectory for them to kind of end out this match on more of a high note, because yeah, you did qualify for Ascension here. Let's end on a win. Let's get that kind of happy ending here so that we can go in and be really confident when we start the actual Ascension tournament. This is, however, Red Canids time to take that time out, because this still is their showcase. This still is that opportunity to really show the world what they're made of. And most importantly, this is experience for them. Assuming that this core does end up sticking together, you know, this is an amazing opportunity to go up against teams outside of your region and kind of see what the strats are like. And you know what? This is such a refreshing look from their side. Like, you know, smiles, good vibes. They're having fun with it. They know they've got nothing to play for, so they're just going out there and doing their best. And honestly, what more could you ask for from the squad?
For sure. And I mean, every moment in front of this, you know, camera is an opportunity, right? To get picked up, to get poached, to get discovered, to get your team a little extra attention. I mean, this is as good of a battle cry as Red Canids are able to muster here. You have Tishin, you know, coming up in what, like 2 months probably. So Red Canids can start prepping for that. And I do think this core should stick together at the very least. Maestro, Prozine, RGL. I think Red Canids really had a good idea there. I think that Gabshis and FRZ are masterful. It's a question of, do they think they can make everything far more synergistic going forward for the next year with his calling?
And still, like, kind of, not to beat a dead horse here, but that experience component, like getting those reps on stage, feeling that pressure, feeling what it's like to kind of count the rounds disappear in front of you. While it sucks, don't get me wrong, no one wants to be in that position, it's still a good opportunity to kind of learn from your experiences. And honestly, that's the most important thing in life, right? Like, hey, things go wrong. Best you can do is kind of learn from those make sure that you're ready the next time you have an opportunity.
A nice taken by Maestro to reduce space. But Winthrop, yeah, I mean, they're going to be boastful about this. Infiltrator. Spider-Man kissing Gobshies to get that kill.
Love to see a little shorty action like that, and that's going to be a good paranoia, slowing things down here. But look at that flank from FRZ.
Clearing out. Blinding.
Unloading on the run back with limited time, and there is FRZ getting his. Not much attention you could pay on the site, and so Infiltrator's got to get active. Maestro! That was like 4 head taps in a row. And Red Canids mow it down with just enough time remaining.
And it's kind of crazy too, because you kind of look at where all of those kills happen around the map, and it still felt so discombobulated and just a little bit too spread out from Winthrop University, allowing for those gaps once again for Red Canids. Find their way through, just kind of go through it like a snake and kind of find those opportunities. Yeah, good thrifty round coming through here with starting off with that excellent pressure from the back line, making sure they can secure those kills. And of course, Maestro, person to really heat things up, stinger in hand. That Neon gets up close and personal. That's a scary gambit.
Yeah, don't let this attack get too active. Oh yeah, Winthrop feels the pressure. Red Canids recognize the power of this A attack here. They will fight for it with a much heavier stack. But Winthrop has the early unload. Now the Prowler to confirm the insert on the boxes. They'll just spray through that. Nightfall their way through most of the crowd to take over that space and guarantee some extra positions.
Look at Gabs' position, though. Not cleared out a tree. I think at this point, Winthrop University, they gotta kind of reconsider things. I mean, still plenty of time. Really sucks that they used the Nightfall so early on and got almost no ground from it, but at least they're not trying to force anything, walk into any easy mistakes.
I'm out of here.
Rosine, stop and ollie behind the screen, and every other step of the way, Red Canids have the diff. On the B site, Spike stopped. Infiltrator can rise to the occasion. Twice, thrice, over, and Cliff finalizes. Sure, whatever.
Infiltrator, just doing Infiltrator things. Look at him, cool as a cucumber on that stage as well. Just walks in there. Even when, I was going to say, I like the defense coming in from Red Canids. They're holding things through. Infiltrator just kind of zapping around, sliding right in onto the site, finds that multi-kill. Honestly, just so good awareness. Red Canids, even though they've got that advantage, can simply not stop Infiltrator from just wrecking shop. Infiltrator now at the top of the kill feed as well. Has the overdrive online. That Rolling Thunder from Prosin, that's what I'm going to be looking at. I think that could be really the opportunity for Red Canids to secure this round in their favor.
Both sides trying to sell the A fight a little heavier. No one truly commits any heavier. And yeah, this Bucky is kind of make or break, isn't it? It's all the trap as the Prowler comes out. Yeah, it's got to be reaction on reaction. Relay Bolt's turn. Now the Snake Bite, and Prozine gets his peek out. Nice chip damage, but you got to do it all over again, and Prozine's at 9 HP now. FRZ has no more protection. They can just bully him on the group, and they no longer even have to try to contest Prozine, despite the fact that they've done so much damage to him. They fear the Rolling Thunder in the stack too heavily, and probably the regular people stack too.
There.
And just good awareness. You know, Prosin swinging out there, trying to give that additional cover once we actually see FRZ get caught out, but not going to be enough. Meister has to make this one work, still hanging out in tree up against the world.
Great Prowler from Governor, forced him to make that split decision on the smoke, and Winthrop University still have to break out of it. Maestro only good for the one on the interception as Governor trades it away. Still, that drop presence is crucial and huge. Gapshis catches Ali on the off angle again and makes this a 2v3, but both of the remaining members are so damn low. Glyph breathes on both of them and they go down. Winthrop, get the streak going, get the ball rolling, get the hype back up.
Yeah, you could see at that point it was Red Canids being like, all right, gang, let's get that retake underway. It's going to be such a great... Oh, no, there's so many things exploding at my feet. Wait a second. This isn't how this was supposed to happen. And then at that point, it's just Winthrop University, once again, like talking about their post-plant positioning, how they got those protocols set up, rely on that utility first, then back up. And then that way they're able to secure it before things getting a little bit too dicey. That time the utility really doing a lot of the heavy lifting, but... Penrek, are you ready for a bunch of incomprehensible nonsense to be on the screen? Because it's 5 against 4 ultimates here, and I'm imagining this is going to be the make or break round given the economy.
I'm getting throwbacks to a certain other 5v5 game with this round. Toxic screen. Good corner. Off with Ali. He's been taking space so confidently this whole time, even when he gets stopped early, and I really admire that out of him. Because Ali in person is like the shyest guy you'll ever meet. He is so reserved. But here, he is a megaphone. He is a bullhorn, and he is facilitating both fronts of this fight as the drop presence is once again all Red Canids have. The Viper's pit set up. Ollie is just spraying everywhere else, and he gets a freebie. How many more ults we got towards this? RGL could TP if he wants to. I don't think he's going to, though.
Oh, yeah.
Just spraying through smokes. Governor's the one that finds it. I want so much good analysis out of this round, Marks.
Okay, well, that's a tall order, but we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ultimates expected in that round there. Counted that one just for you. Watch out, Count from Sesame Street. I'm coming for that territory. But it was, once again, just really good protocols kind of coming out. All these ultimates, yes, it is overwhelming as to what is actually going on here, but you can see when they're like, okay, this is the time when I want to use this ultimate. This is the time when I want to use the Nightfall. This is the time when I'm going to be going through. And it really felt like it was its own pace every single time one of those ultimates get popped. The winner out of that round, sure, was Winthrop University, but Red Canids, they've still got 3 ultimates online. And so there is a real opportunity for them to accumulate one of these thrifties, either that or to just hold on to those ultimates out. Well, we're going to be seeing the Viper spit right off the bat. But yeah, maybe wait until a gun round before you want to pop those ones out.
Yeah, I don't think this is the straw to grasp at if you're FRZ. Not when you have nothing else given away. I get that the potential speed of these pushes is very intimidating, but yeah, it just feels like no legs, especially if Winthrop are pressuring the other sites this much more.
A lot of just maneuvering around. Seen a little bit of debate, and it's gonna be all the alts. Oh, utility Maestro going new.
Wow, Overdrive held down, and Maestro can land it. Infiltrator can at least counterfrag that. Aftershock stymies the off angle, so no more refrags there. And so Red Canids maybe can get a rifle here? Oh, but it might be too late. We've already just blistered onto A side here. Whew. Yeah, that'll seal it, surely. And no more pit. And RGL's already been found, burned down to 20. I don't even need to touch him anymore. They're just, oh, no, Governor's going to. He has an Odin. He doesn't care.
Remember what I said about Governor? Still holds true. Governor is really not afraid to just go in and take those fights.
Yeah.
Smiles across, moves space. I wonder if that's because like Governor used to be that jet player who just like would run at you and just find like 4 kills in a row and be like, oh my goodness, this guy is crazy. But now playing in that initiator role, you know, not afraid to take those duels. And if Gabs was able to find that first kill, I think this would have been a winnable round, but fortunately not going to be the case. And so Winthrop University 6-3 now, as they continue to climb here. Still got 3 more rounds left in this half. Things not looking as good for Red Canids. This is looking like this is going to be that happy ending that Winthrop University were really looking for, as they're really starting to string together these rounds.
Oh, and these early kills as well. A lot more confidence in the early lurks on the lanes, but Prozine will stop moves early on the B insert. That's been the most predictable one yet, and ergo the most punishable, evidently. Infiltrator, gonna make that spear tip space while Ali... Yeah, explain that one to me.
I'm out of here.
We got the C site, we got the B insert. I mean, yeah, this is clean.
Yeah, excellent entry coming through there. when I talked about earlier about like the, you know, infiltrator, oh, they're just gonna let him run in, let him int it, and we're gonna trade off of him and it's gonna be great. We're not really seeing that be the case here on this map. We're seeing a bit more setup, allow the Neon to actually be a bit more exploratory, supported by utility. It's not just infiltrator zipping around the corner and then the rest of the squad just kind of shows up and guns you down while infiltrator is just running across the battlefield, right? Like Winthrop University, they're really starting to kind of pull together that play style that we've seen them do during the actual season. Whether or not this is exposing their playbook or how they're actually planning on playing things, that I can't really be sure of, but they're playing a very comfortable style that we've seen them play with before.
Well, getting rid of these guns would be great. Oh, but Gabshi is not going to let go of this. Good Lord, hello? Oh, okay, wow, Ali. That's a heartbreaker, for sure. Wow, not cool, man.
Yeah. I mean, hey, Ali's not on stage anymore. He's allowed a little bit more free reign with what he wants to do, you know? Look at our Roman go, shorty
and
hand,
that's,
I
mean, that feels like kind of the image of what this, of what Winthrop wanted this to be, man. After getting that first map, freedom, experimentation in the lightest sense, frolicking through the fields of a completely inconsequential match on the stage. Like, get your hours in, man. Enjoy this. Enjoy that Brazilian crowd that's gonna cheer for this Brazilian team for one last time.
Spike dropped.
All right, well, it's Red Canids just back onto a save again. Farzi not really having that Viper's Pit to play off of this time around. So really offers an opportunity of exploration from Winthrop University, but looks like they are just gonna be scooping up those orbs, playing that min-max Valorant game. Make sure that you've got enough stuff. Get as much as you can out of the round, right? Like, milk it really dry. Just make sure that you've got set up for future rounds here. Once again, continue to build that momentum and build that confidence as, once again, it looks like this is probably going to be a mount hit after Governor gets up to some shenanigans here on A.
See how much if you can bait out of him. Prozine just has the flashpoint now. This is like that first time I've seen FRZ have the orb up. Feels like Winthrop have kind of skirted the tempo of it every other time. And yeah, this is pretty conventional. I don't think Infiltrator had to double step that many times. I think he's having a little more fun with it as well.
Spike planted.
Can't touch this. Zip. Can't touch me over here either. Zoop.
Last player standing.
Woo! Yeah, nice one, RGL. You forget this guy's an OG, man. He's been around since like First Strike Brazil, and he's been on smokes like the whole time too. Like he's known the evolution of this role, and you can tell. I think he's still one of the players, especially in Brazil, that are able to kind of retain that passivity that a lot of controllers have started to forego because they kind of see the potential for kills that they can get. I think RGL strikes a good balance of kind of playing forward and also still making sure that his teammates can skate around his smokes first.
Take this.
I like that from Maestro. That's great. Just discombobulate, take the damage, who cares?
Take it. You're doing fine. And yeah, they get rewarded with that kill onto Ali, so should be a nice and easy plant though, because Winthrop University were able to gamble on the other side. Glyph though, stepping a little bit out of condition there.
Yeah, just a little too far. And flank not checked either, so there's only 2 on the side at the moment. 4-8 would be really decent. A good spot for Governor to hold. Turns the flash. Tanks the Nightfall. Steel Garden has to be avoided. Let's waste some more time. Fault line. Governor eats it. Head taps! Are you joking?
Dang.
Cosmetic stun. Rest of Red will have no trouble though. And it will be a 4-8 half.
I was gonna say, like, Governor just standing there, Odin in
To a
hand.
stupid extent. That was you should know that stun is coming and you should leave.
Oh man. Remember what I said earlier about Governor? It just feels like it keeps on coming back here. But yeah, I mean, that's one of those other rounds where you see a lot of stall utility come out from Winthrop University, try to swap it up on Red Canids, but they're more than happy to just kind of back things off. And then when they decide to initiate, it's as clean as ever. And once again, when we talk about this squad, it's that discipline, it's that like togetherness. I like that word, togetherness, that they're kind of known for. And when they really get to flex it, like we just got to see on that last round, this is definitely a really high caliber level of coordination coming out from that squad. So we find ourselves now into the halftime as we get closer and closer to the end of this series.
Onus is still on Red Canids, of course, to get that lead back, to get their mojo back, to give a show to their home crowd, and to send Winthrop University into their break with their heads held low. Still so much to play for, even from this brink. And on the attack, the world is your oyster.
Yeah, I'm honestly really interested to see how we're going to be seeing the Red Canids attack. They've been really interesting in how they've been approaching it previously, on how they like to engage things, you know, work the map, take a little bit of space here, throw up a little decoy here, or just really confuzzle the other team as to what exactly is necessarily going on. But Winthrop University, I mean, once again, they're no slouches. If they want to turn up onto this one, then there's definite possibility that they will be able to just kind of seal the deal on this, because we are kind of sitting at that 8-4 half, so this is still in their advantage. And once again, walking away holding their heads high here is really much on the agenda for Winthrop University. They still want to be able to claim that they were able to win their 2 series out, which is something that the other teams have not been able to do in this in the play-ins.
Yeah, it would be kind of embarrassing to have to make this discretion every time you talk about Winthrop University coming from the group stage. Every time the casters have to be like, Winthrop coming out of their group stage while still losing to Red Canids.
It's like, a footnote on every single caster's
Yeah,
page.
I mean, it's a little bit of a stain, right? Like,
yeah.
You're still like glory and rep and like just bragging rights in general can take you so much farther, especially in this LAN setting. I mean, I cannot tell you how much motivation physically provides these players. Like it physically makes them so much more reflexive and better and passionate. And so if Red Canids can maintain that or sap it from Winthrop, they've done their job. They've done what they need to do and all they can do.
A little bit of a tech pause here.
Had to have one.
You know, you really had to. And hey, this is the good thing about being in a LAN setting. For once, we're able to actually take a look at what might be potentially happening here as to kind of get things all fixed up. But you know, talking about the Winthrop University squad, like Moobs has had a pretty phenomenal game. Just overall series in against Six Karma and then now against Red Canids, and we're seeing Moobs swap over onto the Vise this time around, not necessarily playing that long range sniper role, and honestly has had quite a bit less impact. Still is kind of, you know, being good on the actual setting up the utility, setting up the traps, setting up all that type of information, but really where we see Moobs kind of take that backseat when it comes to pure fragability power, Infiltrator has really stepped up this time around. It felt like Infiltrator wasn't necessarily the shining star of Winthrop University based off of the previous maps. It really felt like when it came to those frag duels, Moobs was kind of taking that crown. This time around, like, it's just like, let's rely on old reliable here, let Infiltrator kind of do his thing and just play around that instead of going for this kind of like 2-pronged approach that we've seen them do before. And so Winthrop University still showing us that they've got a little bit of flexibility in how they want to play some of these maps.
And that flexibility is necessary when there are so many opponents that you will inevitably have to face with them having that knowledge on you. So again, it's the question gets raised. How much of this is really Winthrop's game plan and how much of it was stuff they were willing to kind of throw away if there was an empty setting like this? Do they have much more up their sleeve, or was that Abyss really as far as it goes? Is that Corrode really as exploitable as it seemed like it could be over in map 1? So many questions that coaches are going to have to study their way through and parse out where the intention really lies. Another portion of the inevitable North American psychological game that gets played on a daily goddamn basis here.
It really feels like that's the case, huh?
I know you are, but what am I?
Whoa. Well, hey, that's an excellent way to start things out.
Half of the VALORANT match is fought on Twitter.
Oh man, I miss people just flaming each other on Twitter after a match, but
dude, flawless.
Open and shut case.
Did Infiltrator? I don't even think the slide was that great from Infiltrator. Everyone was just kind of there. I don't even know. Yeah.
Yeah. And hey, you know, they get the pistol round, get themselves up to 9-4. We'll be seeing Ali actually buy that outlaw coming into this next one, while Infiltrator and Glyph and Governor actually have the Bulldog there. I wonder if that like tech pause came in there, scared them a little bit, or like, oh no, we could be trapped here for even longer. So let's try and tighten things up as they get ready to go again. But Red Canids, looks like they're going for that A-sided rush down, and Ali, little too far forwards, getting caught off guard. Maestro actually finding two is an excellent way for Red Canids to start this map.
That is just a continuous proof of how solid Maestro is on that foundational level. Infiltrator, as always, the re-entry early on. Bulldog good for 3. Keep letting it bark, bubby. As the rest of Winthrop tries to parse their way through. Low health pool. It's got to be moves. No, FRZ mows him down with the outlaw. The thrifty from Red Canids. Every time you think it's done.
Listen, Tedrick, we're on the microphone right now. We have a certain level of power here, and I see you exercising it round after round. Oh, yes. Look at Infiltrator go. Rough. The dog is out, and then immediately just getting shut down.
What if that was my evil plan all along? I'm like just sabotaging the studio.
You have too much power, Tedrick. I think, you know, with great power comes great responsibility. You gotta own up to that at this point.
I'll exit this match as long as I want. This goes until I say it stops.
Oh no.
Watch, Red Canids will now win this round thanks to Maestro's kill. Are you ready for that? They will win. They will win this round. It will be 6-9 after this round. Okay. Just be ready for that specific result. Just check this out. Just doing a little test.
You know what? They are poised to win this round, given the fact that they've got the weaponry. Ah, look at that. Maestro finds another. Same with FRZ.
Okay. Maybe they definitely didn't have enough this time.
Well,
if you double jinx it, like cancels out, right?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what's kind of going on here, but it's just fighting for survival on the other side of the map, while Red Canids are looking to get those ultimate orbs kind of like back online, you know?
You were a mistake.
Spike planted.
All right. Whenever this is reminding me of like Wii Sports Resort Showdown, where you like have the sword and you have that big old crowd of people run towards you, and you gotta like run. That was what that was giving for a second.
What is that reference?
Like Showdown. You know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
They know what I'm talking about.
Oh man, speaking of deep cuts, yeah, that's a good one. But hey, you know what? You did call it for this round, actually.
Yeah, funny
Red
number
Canids,
score.
You know, I didn't even realize it. Red Canids just kind of run it down, and they're able to take so much space on A that, you know, they look like sharks that have tasted a little bit of blood in the water. Winthrop University now with the rifles coming through. Governor gotten that Odin in hand. We've seen how devastating that weapon can be, but Maestro just not afraid at all, running forwards.
And doing a good chunk of the pool as well. Infiltrator in panic mode off of that. Haunt! Governor! The courtyard is lit! Gosh, she's down to 22 on top of this spike. FRZ has gotten the insert. He's got to win this duel, and he does. It's a waiting game for Gabshies. W, you have to recognize that there's just this solo on the spike, right? Oh no, they don't even read that FRZ hasn't left, and neither is Gabshies.
Seems like amongst all of the information that's been going on, that misinformation might have been given away, and so this allows that opportunity to get that spike kind of forwards. But looks like Red Canids, they're more interested in kind of grouping up, playing the hall pass buddy system, ready to take on the world together with your friends. That's how you want to be playing this round. But Winthrop University, Governor Ali and Glyph Three powerhouses on their own, ready to move forwards.
Winner steps in. One down. They have every excuse to just try to play stall.
no way.
Oh, Glyph just walks it down. And 22 damage. One bullet. A feather. Laugh at him, and he dies. Oops. Oh, he's just gonna hold that. I love it. Yeah, just, yeah. Don't give a care.
You can see the bungee rope just like, come on, pull him away just a little bit more. Aw, dang it.
Is it the stairs that's like stopping him from getting like roped up all the way, or is he just like?
I'm convinced that it is. That's
That's gotta be. Yeah, I guess that's why you planned for that, because then the C's can't fully. Yeah, he's stuck down there. That's crazy. I didn't even know. I didn't realize that you could stop it from pulling you that much while holding the defuse, dude. That's crazy.
Yanking you away. Yeah. You learn something new every day. We're hashtag educational here tonight.
This game's so cool, man.
We love Valorant, huh? But
that's what this is.
Hey, you're right. But all right, let's see what we got in this next round. It is going to be more or less a comfort buy coming in from Winthrop University. Moves just on a stinger though. Maestro has been really opening up these rounds pretty confidently here. And Infiltrator now going to be going out. A little bit of electricity making its way onto FRZ as a cavalry coming around. Red cannons might catch people off guard.
Ali was trying to get a couple steps ahead, but everybody had already flanked to C main first. And Red can just kind of meet the problem from a pretty good distance, actually. Governor gets some help to keep from this being a stiff takeover, but the resources for WU are spread quite thin. Yeah, let's see what everyone can do. Do a little showcase on all the members here. Dorset, this is the tempo. Ooh.
Welcome to my world.
Oh, the Viper's Pit coming out as well. Glyph trying to spray that one down, but Governor's going to have to get that reload soon. I only thought
30 seconds left.
a couple of bolts left in that Odin. Moves is going to get the wraparound. 3v4 here, Tenrek.
Yeah, no check. So they just have to be ready, and it doesn't look like Maestro is. Nah. Now you start pressuring Tree, because you know at least one member's holed up in there. Those are the shots I was looking for. I was like, when is Governor going to do that? You got to play into the pit at some point. Gabshi's first to step out. Oh, Governor's down. Now you double swing. Perfectly taken. Poor Glyph had to reload. That's a couple missed timings, but ultimately I think that's a right proper setup from Red Canids.
Yeah, I'll say it, especially too, like you see the Viper's Pit kind of get deployed there nice and safe, and that gives the extra space for them to be able to just kind of go in and take over the site. And really, it just started out with that initial kind of duel outside of there. You see Winthrop University all gung-ho, ready to be like, haha, we get the flank on you. But then Red Cannon's kind of kicking the door down from all the way over on that seaside, being like, no, actually, you didn't see this one coming, and finding a couple of kills. Make it that much more difficult for Winthrop University to try and convert that round. So we see them back onto a save yet again. Infiltrator going to be having that, sorry, not Shorty, but they've got that Bucky in hand. That's going to be the only real buy up here besides Glyph and Moobs coming in with 2 sheriffs apiece. And, well, hey, Moobs might not be on chamber, but Moobs can still shoot.
And he's just going to keep walking down. Ali, I really hope it was his decision to throw down this smoke. Because if Glyph called it, I have questions. But Moobs with this only rifle for WU, taking the steps, taking a fault line, taking everybody. And see, he's better when the smoke is gone, too. Like, just let him work. Let him do his magic. Oh, he sent it back. Okay, he's listening to me, right? Why did he set it back up? Selling someone else is there, I suppose. But, yeah, Maestro's already cleared all that space.
And it's just a little bit of shenanigans from both these sides, but Red Cannons now, they're ready to move on at this B site. And actually, there's nobody home. So it should be pretty easy to just walk in there and get that spike down. Utility deploy just to be safe here. And what this actually ends up doing is just means that Winthrop University will have less utility to kind of roll into. Given the gun difference, though, well, if Infiltrator can at least find one, but looks the wrong way.
Again, you have to check some of these cubbies dry. Oh, relay bolt. Eventually, you'll catch Glyph.
Face your fear.
Yeah, you just gotta eat it at that point.
standing.
Oops.
Governor with the tap, prompting everybody forward. Maybe an easy fight. Nah. 3 standing for Red Canids after so much is given early on to propel moves forward with that hero rifle.
Yeah, it's the moves effect once again. Maybe not playing chamber, but still as deadly as ever. Just kind of walking out and looking for a couple of kills. And like you said, that smoke felt maybe a little bit counterintuitive, but maybe it was just supposed to open up that gap to potentially make him be like, well, Moob's probably escaped now, so we don't need to do that. And yet, of course, Moob's not quite done yet. Dips right back in, looking for a little bit more, but that time around does get punished. And now it's only 2 rounds separating these 2 teams at the moment, as patient play is coming through from Red Canids this time. Just trying to bait out some of that utility, get a little bit of information. But Moobs, once again, stalwart as ever. He's going to find that first kill, but immediately trade it out.
Another dry peek, another first blood, another moment where Red Canids sense the opportunity, but can't collapse on it because they don't have the intel.
Poison's off.
Rolling Thunder is free for this C site, though. So if you can lock down 1/2 with something like a Seize, get yourself in. No? Okay. They don't feel it.
I was going to say, it's spooky season. I get it. Yeah, let's scare you with utility. And then, there's simply no follow-up there. I mean, I feel like this is kind of them trying to sell a fake, but that makes things pretty difficult now because they're going to have to do this without all of the tools in their pockets. And, well, Ali's still hanging out down here, ready to kind of receive this pressure.
Well, Prozine's still got everything, and a lot of the space making hinges kind of primarily on him, especially now that Maestro's dead. That's such a sick nightfall from Governor. He just knows that they're already up that far. Or maybe Ali heard the steps. Either way, necessitates the Rolling Thunder a little earlier than Red Canids may have liked, and they will plant with 15 to go. Yeah, you gotta wait for Glyph to get back. Ooh, pokes out of the smoke. Pokes in the smoke. Oh, everyone else is dead.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. Wow. Jeez, dude.
Thank you.
I mean, everyone hit that.
Yeah.
Ultimate is ready.
Literally, their guns could have tapped each other just on the other side of that smoke with how they were kind of playing it, but that is once again just kind of showcasing the retake prowess that we've really seen Winthrop University kind of excel at when they just go in there. It feels very clean. You know, they walk in there and they're like, all right, this house is ours. They kill everybody on the site, nice and easy defuse. Make it clean and simple. So, not willing to yield things just quite yet. We will be getting a timeout from Red Canids' side. As once again, they're playing for all the honor. They're playing for all the glory right now in front of that home crowd. And they really just kind of want to stick it to the team that eliminated them because spite is a very powerful motivator.
100%. Yeah, there's still that revenge that Red Canids would like to serve definitely on the table. And again, that loss of momentum, also still potential. So still a lot that Red Canids can get to fight for, a lot of resources that they have to do so as well. Feels like they're able to get that cycle rolling any moment they choose. But again, I think that Winthrop are kind of, again, taking moments and playing it lightly, taking moments and making them kind of inconsequential because of how little they want to reveal. And if anything, it kind of trips up the normal rhythm that Red Canids are playing to because they're so unorthodox and so antithetical to what they're used to playing against.
So at this point, would we classify Winthrop University as magicians or not? Like kind of pulling the wool over your eyes a little bit? You're like, you think we're doing this? Ooh, surprise.
Magic
We'll do
Eagles.
really good. Oh boy. That should be their new thing moving forwards in the Ascension tournament. Look at the Magic Eagles fly.
It's a fun, like, minor league baseball team name.
Maybe Little League baseball team, let's be honest.
Little League baseball. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Call the collegiate players Little League, Marks.
Oh no, you're right. Oh, I didn't even connect the dots there.
That's a terrific
You know-
spray from Gotchis after the intel's given. That was very a la Governor last round. Oh, Ali. Yeah. Short-sighted as well, the TP. Great coverage.
One enemy remaining.
And honestly,
That
on this
was-
round, it really felt like Red Canids could just simply do no wrong. Like they were just going out, finding those kills. Not a lot of utility really to support them, and just kind of make that one happen. Look at that, a flawless round as a Winthrop University more or less left scratching their heads as they will get closer and closer to trying to tie things up right now as Winthrop University just once again showing a little bit of those gaps right now. And to be fair, this really is just a marathon endurance game coming in from both of these teams. But Red Canids, wow, we got the double replay on that death. Red Canids are once again a lot less pressure on their shoulders.
Absolutely. Yeah. The weight's fully lifted. And they have everything else ahead of them. Winthrop University, they have the rest of this event to prepare for, to think about right now.
Good hit.
Treasure these moments while you can. They're the most relaxed you'll be this entire tournament, for both teams' sake. This is the most relaxed we'll be, I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
treasure this while you can.
Wow, I feel called out right now, Tedrick. I'm not gonna lie.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I'll do better next time.
You're forgiven. You're doing great. Yeah, but Winthrop University, like, they're on a little bit of a save. We see the creep up coming through from that A side. Infiltrator kind of just watching the middle there, spots out the kind of rotation around, so that gives an idea as to where these are going to be playing. Once again, it's going to be one of these deep TPs from the Omen player. Let's see if it kind of pays out here.
Another great clip by Maestro. As Red Canids decide to sequence this, waiting for RGL. And there is the trigger.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, moves only get away with one as well on the
30
backstab,
seconds
so
left.
down to Glyph here in the 3v. Nicely done by RGL, just completely circumventing there. And not requiring a whole lot of tools. Now a 1-round gap on the attack.
Tendrek, it's yet another round where the Omen ultimate gets immense value. It's, like, okay, I understand. The stakes right now, they're relatively low for both of these teams, but even in the last map, like, RGL just going for the teleport in the back line, doesn't get checked, causes enough of a disruption, or finds multiple kills. It's kind of crazy how much value Omen is really getting with the From the Shadows. Universally kind of hailed as one of those more just like, oh yeah, it's the ultimate you use when you want to get information, or you want to pick up the spike all across the map, and that's basically all it's used for. And yet still RGL has been doing a fantastic job with it.
Infiltrator using everything to cover himself on the stun, and he's able to get one as he goes down. So it's even footing to start out the mid of this round. Winthrop on the precipice of losing economically everything here, and FRZ can't finalize. The 2-stack, though, is on the C site, and Moobs is just gonna eat it. Use that Steel Garden as well. Oh, everything tossed. Moves found. Blinded. Gobshies has the shorty. Ultimate gone. Double rifle. Whoa. It doesn't matter. Because Moobs has company by this point. And we got 2 rounds of match point for the favorites, the team that you'll be seeing for the remainder of this tournament. Can they finalize it here?
Man, I really got to say, like, Moobs just staying alive was so key to how that round is going to win. The fact that it gave Governor enough time to rotate around, make sure that they're ready for it. I thought for sure that was going to be the double spray down, but no, actually it was Governor just from the back with the Odin in hand, securing that final kill in the round. Now Winthrop ready to walk away from this one. Heads held high. Really showcase what they can do. Walk out of these play-ins undefeated. Will be the Viper's Pit deployed early.
And it'll be played into a little heavier this time. Moobs. Pot shots will grant him 1, and the door getting hit means he'll take a couple more. Now the 2-stack right on top of the shear as well. Trying to create a non-existent margin for error here. Infiltrator! What a fadeaway to catch Gobshies, and that might seal it. No proper entry tool. Ali getting greedy on A main. And FRZ falls now as well. The final moments of Red Canids here in Sao Paulo in Challengers 2025 are here on Lotus.
Last player standing. Flawless.
And Governor is the one to get those last couple kills. At the end of the day, it's a season that Red Canids can definitely be proud of, and certainly a couple notes that Winthrop can take in these next 3 days of rest.
Yeah, I mean, Winthrop University, they definitely let that second map slip away from them, but I am so excited to see their run here. It feels like they've cleaned up a lot of the mistakes that we saw during the Challengers season. And meanwhile, on the other side, Red Canids, once again, I really did like what we saw from them up against their match with 6 Karma, but it really felt like their mental got broken. Like they felt the pressure a little bit too much, which resulted in them just kind of laying to the wayside and unfortunately losing their chance at qualifying for that Ascension tournament. Meanwhile, Winthrop University, they're able to walk away with this one with a victory, which is so important for their team. And of course, securing both their spot and 6 Karma into the Ascension tournament.
Yeah, we have our last 8 teams that are contending for a spot in VCT Americas 2026. Brazil will boast only 2